y'all. I know I'm coming on late today, and I am sorry, but y'all, I'm still going on with this little Wi-Fi scenario. Hopefully, by the week, this new week that's coming up is gonna be handled, and I'm gonna get it done. I should be on my grind. I should be going to the mall. I should be going to Starbucks. I should be going to somewhere, anywhere to just record videos here and do it. Somewhere else. I know it's an inconvenience, but still not truth. The show must go on. So how y'all doing? Waiting for y'all to come in. I see that I lost about like 70 subscribers because of my commentary yesterday because of Don Lemon. But like they said, when you go up, a lot of people don't go up with you, they leave. Okay. So I know I lost about 70 subscribers yesterday because of my situation with Don Lemon. Let me know if you hear me. There's gonna be people that don't like you. There's gonna be people that hate on you. There's gonna be people that say they're gonna leave, but they're really lurking. And then there's gonna be people that really is gonna follow you and to the core that really loves you and is there with you no matter what. And I got some of those people. That is J.A.I. Banks. That is Miss Pamela Winson. That is Sherry Reen. That is Greg Bryant. That is so many other people. That is the people on Patreon. I got 25 people on Patreon. So patreon.com/JOA. Those definitely are the people that's gonna stay with me. So for the people that unsubscribed yesterday, oh well. Okay, so let me know when you hear me. Happy Sunday. No, I don't celebrate Easter, but I'm not one of them people that get offended when some people say Happy Easter. I say just Happy Easter back. And so, baby, we got to talk because tomorrow the view's coming back. Okay, tomorrow the view is coming back. And so give me a thumbs up on this video. Let me know you here. Thumbs this video up for me. I appreciate y'all so much. I am grateful just for your viewership. I am grateful for just you being here. And I am grateful for just being alive and having a roof over my head despite not having Wi-Fi on an apartment, which is the simple basic necessity of a house or an apartment is to have Wi-Fi. Okay, so let's get to Meghan McCain. All right, so the view is coming back tomorrow after the week hiatus, and Meghan McCain is being hypocritical, right? So she basically just tweeted she's taking a break from Twitter after just for the Easter holiday, and also because everybody wants this girl to be canceled. All right, Tiffany Cross from MSNBC. She has a show called The Cross Connection and comes on every Saturday. I tweet the producer, because they do this little live segment where they ask fans to send in videos based on the topic discussion, and then you get your little, I guess, 5 minutes of fame, and they put you on the air and stuff like that. So me and him, we were back and forth because Miss Meghan McCain, Mr. Meghan McCain, Ben Diamond ass, has a blog called The Plagiarist, and had a writer type out a response towards Miss Tiffany Cross saying that Meghan McCain should basically leave The View, should be canceled because the girl, basically said her commentary about saying, does that mean if you're a person of color and you are a woman that you should be automatically be hired on The View? Well, baby, don't you fit that narrative? You are a white woman. You're not a person of color, but your identity politics got you that job on The View. It got you that job. Okay, so everything she says is hypocritical, just like Donald Trump. And so Tiffany Cross, baby, read that ass for filth. Okay, read that ass for filth to the point where the plagiarist, Mr. Meghan McCain, had one of his employees write a blog about that. And so it was weak as fuck. First of all, that blog was so weak, the blog writing, and I had to tweet the old girl. Her name's Emily, the writer, Emily, whatever, Babuski, whatever, Anyways, probably, this, how a lot of Jewish people that have the skis in their name at the end, or Steins or whatever. So I tweeted her, I was like, your article is weak as fuck. I'm sorry. like, girl, your article is so weak. It's just like Tiffany read her ass for filth, classy, very classy, like. And let me know that y'all hear me. Y'all hear me? Let me know. How's y'all Easter? What y'all doing? And so now she said she's taking a break. And ironically, Meghan McCain wants to have Matt Gaetz resign as the Florida politician himself. And so Cindy Mac, what is that? And so Meghan McCain goes, I'm anti-cancel culture BS. but Matt Gaetz should resign. Y'all know that situation with Matt Gaetz and what's going on. The man has been a creep for a really long time. I personally think that there needs to be an investigation on that supposed son that he adopted at the age of 10 that's now 19. I'm surprised that he had relations with a woman, but we need an investigation on the boy too, because that sounds a lot suspect. And it's funny because right when this situation came out about Matt Gaetz, he tried to like leave the political field and try to be a political commentator for OWN, basically the new Fox News. And they're like, we're not hiring that boy. They said we're not hiring him. Tucker Carlson on Fox News, they don't want nothing to do with him. That's how you went really, really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when Fox News and even OWN and Newsmax don't want to hire you. So basically, I know the whole situation that allegedly he was touting around this 17-year-old girl allegedly and paying her by Cash App allegedly and showing her nudes allegedly to people in his circle. And for those of people who saw those news and who participated in that as well, needs to be resigned because this needs to be a huge investigation. And I don't care if this man said he has emails and proof or whatnot. He is a creep, okay? This man is a creep. This man is like a bearded creep. Like, dude, I won't be surprised if he did it to his adopted son, okay? Like trying to make us think that him and Tiffany Trump got relations and stuff like that. Like he's just a creep, okay? Roland Martin, stay ripping Meghan McCain. No, see, Ben Dominaz, he know who to play with. See, he came for Seth Meyers because he knows Seth Meyers ain't gonna say shit, and he says stuff that Anna Navarro picked on her accent, picked on her being a Latina and stuff like that. And Seth Meyers is better than I am, and I love Seth Meyers. Look, I don't care if you're Jewish. Seth Meyers is actually Jewish, okay? So the fact that he told Meghan McCain to her face that Ilhan Omar apologized for her remarks, basically, what are you, a publicist? This man is Jewish, and he is telling you that she apologized and he wasn't offended at all what she's saying, but yet this white hillbilly looking chick gonna act like she's a Zionist when she's really a redneck trailer trash former pill popping girl. Gonna be like, what are you, her publicist? It's all about that propaganda BS. So I have full respect for Seth Meyers, but Ben Dominaz know who to come for. Like, had it been like he blocked me. I wish he would come from. Like, I just so wish. Like, he know who to play with. He do. He not gonna play with a black person or a person of color because he know who to fuck around with. And I wish, because when they go low, I go to hell. Ain't no when they go low, we go high. I'm sorry, Michelle Obama. I don't agree with that. I go to hell. So I want his ass to say something. I just got a block. That's it. That's all I got. Like, I wish he would just like say something to me because Seth Meyers is better than me. And his tweet was hypocritical, talking about he gargled the head of the network balls to get a talk show. Bitch, you gargled Meghan McCain's titties just to get a job at Fox News, okay? You're gargling the politicians that fund your damn fucking plagiarist website. So you're gargling women through marriages to get to where you are now. This is like your third marriage, okay? And the first two women supposedly aren't even online. Well, I found one of them, but the second one is not even online. Like, she disappeared in space. Don't go by Wikipedia and be like, they only say married. No, Wikipedia, anybody could go over there and type shit. Okay, this man has been married multiple times. Literally, he's younger. He's not even 40 yet. How you get married 3 times before the age of 40? That's suspect right there. You know what I mean? So. Oh no, I go to low. I go way lower. I don't care. He gets to sit down. He's a creep. I agree. Let's go lower. Oh no, I go lower. I don't care. That's why people unsubscribed yesterday to me. I went in on Don Lemon. I don't care. I don't like the man. And no, I wasn't being homophobic. That's y'all problem. When somebody that to me, that's a little cult thing, with the whole homophobia and stuff like that. I called the man Queen D and said that Chris Cuomo was probably digging him down. Like, I'm not saying that because he's gay. I'm just simply saying that because the only reason why he likes the man is because he probably got a crush on him, and his fiance looks just like Chris Cuomo. They have that same look and everything. Like, if Chris Cuomo was a Harvey Weinstein lookalike, do you think Don Lemon would really have this supposedly bromance with the man? Like, he got to have a crush with him. Like, come on, let's keep it real. Like, come on now. Okay, so like Matt Gaetz, he's a creep. And then when the whole situation when Andrew Gilliam came out, when he was on Tamron Hall and he came out as bisexual or whatever, like he made it seem like he's innocent when literally he was caught in a hotel with an escort allegedly, full of drugs on the floor allegedly, and like he made it, he was talking as if like he was talking like a politician, like yes, ma'am, and I know you didn't ask me this question, but I'm also bisexual. Like dude, you got caught on camera, okay? And then the wife. I don't know. I guess the wife is playing politician wife because the wife was like, she knew already that he was bisexual. How many women would actually, especially a black woman and a person of color, because I really don't see that a lot. I see it a lot with white women, not people of color, or like, a black person. How many people of color woman or a black woman on here would actually date a man knowing that they're bisexual? How many? Answer that question. Like how many? Because number one, like I'm sure their relationship wasn't open, especially like if you're doing both, like you're trying to get prone to HIV or STD or something like that. Like how many women on here would personally say that is black or even a person of color that would even say that they would be okay with their man to be bisexual and have them play around with other men? So he cheated on his wife. Like he cheated. She said she knew about it. She said she knew about his bisexuality. I'm not sure if she said she knew about the escort thing, but I don't think she knew about it. I just simply think she's trying to play her cards right and try to be the politician wife so she can just climb up the ladder in politics and get her money and have her husband, buy her nice stuff and stuff like that. Now they are people out there that are swingers and they like another man or another woman come into the bedroom. That's cool, whatever. Who cares? Do your thing. That's your business. But I highly doubt that she knew the whole situation. So, anyways, how that story circles back to Matt Gaetz is Matt Gaetz ended up emailing a blogger, a very popular blogger on YouTube, and I told his ass, you need to expose this man because, like, you went to school with Matt Gaetz. So Matt Gaetz, him, the blogger, and Andrew Gillum, they all went to the same college. So Matt Gaetz ended up emailing a blogger who's like lower than him. Like Matt Gaetz is on TV, the blogger's on, like, of course, YouTube. Why are you gonna send an email to a blogger saying that, oh, did you hear about Andrew Gillum coming out the closet? Like, that makes him, to me, in my opinion, that makes Matt Gaetz suspect even more about the whole situation with his adopted son. That's how I feel. And I told the blogger on Twitter, I was like, you need to expose like Matt Gaetz. I'm sure you know a lot. Like, I'm sure. Like some people they scared to expose people, but I'm like, dude, like you got to do something. Like, come on now. Like, so exactly, beards. So yeah, I go lower. Read the title, Toria. That's what we're talking about tonight. So like there needs to be a full investigation on Matt Gaetz. He did the same thing that Kimberly Guilfoyle did when she was working on Fox News, The Five. Kimberly Guilfoyle allegedly showed people in her camp naked men allegedly and their penises allegedly and all of that other stuff. And she did the same thing allegedly that Matt Gaetz did, and Kimberly Guilfoyle wanted her assistant allegedly to massage her and stuff like that, a woman allegedly, and because I gotta say all that, but it's true. Okay, there's reports out there. This stuff didn't go viral because it was handled behind the scenes. They paid the woman off allegedly millions of dollars, and she can keep quiet. But Kimberly Guilfoyle is a freak. Like, come on now. And I'm starting to question Gavin Newsom now because he and Kimberly Guilfoyle was once married. Okay, and they had that little. Y'all saw that picture of them lying on the floor posing. Like, I'm questioning him. I know, like, governor of California, whatever. Well, he's the governor, right? Yeah, the governor. He once was a mayor, but governor of California. But, like, I need to do research on him because I'm questioning, like, him. Like, I'm sure he got skeletons in his closet. All right. So, Meghan McCain wants Matt Gaetz to resign. Well, baby, we want you to resign from The View. Because you need to apologize. Like, I'm not saying she needs to be fired. I'm just saying, like, her rhetoric is dangerous. And I'm saying that The View needs to give her more than just a talk behind the scenes, like what happened when she did that stuff to Dr. Fauci, or when she did that stuff with the Asians talking about that Trump's rhetoric towards the virus, calling the COVID a China virus, is effective. How is that effective? How is saying China virus effective? Okay. And then Whoopi did agree saying it is effective. I'm not sure if it was an audio discrepancy where like she couldn't hear it and she said maybe something, but she said it's effective. So Nobody called out Whoopi on that either. They just called out the white girl, Meghan McCain. But I think they need to call out Whoopi as well for saying that it was effective. Like, but then Whoopi did say that calling it effective would open up bullying to the Asian community. So Whoopi did kind of like she did kind of expand her commentary even more. Okay. Y'all know China is, the government is full of shit and stuff like that. Like y'all know they got communist government and stuff like that. But calling the virus like effective now, you're generalizing a whole freaking nationality, man. Like, so you can't just simply go on Twitter and say that you are sorry for your rhetoric. No, ho. You said that shit on national television that's effective. You said that in front of millions of people. Don't go on a lower medium on social media where you only have 800,000 followers and say that you're sorry. No, and you're only saying you're sorry because you got called out on it by John Oliver, a British TV host. So this girl right there, she needs to go on The View and she needs to apologize. She needs to do the same thing. You started that shit on The View saying what you said. You need to end that shit on The View saying what you said. Okay, don't take that to Twitter. Take it on television. Like, that's what she need to do. Like, we need to see her apologize on TV. Like, she a straight up like snowflake. Like, had my father's bully Trump's son come on The View, Don Jr., and she gonna sit there, oh, my aunt died yesterday. Okay, your aunt died yesterday. Okay, sorry for your loss. But she just sat there and gave that man a free pass. Like, no, you're not. And no, I'm not taking, I'm sorry for what your father has said and blah, blah, blah. Nah, dog, like, you gotta do more. Like, you can't just sit there and be a whole. Notice when people that she talks shit about, she leaves The View. For example, Rand Paul one time was on there. She was absent that day because she talked shit about him. And before Rand Paul even showed up on The View, she was like, oh, I want him to be here. But she wasn't there when he came. AOC, like one time, like she came there one time, and then another time she came in, Meghan McCain was absent. So many other people that were on the panel that she talked shit about that she calls off, that day. So like there ain't no apology on Twitter. She needs to take that shit on The View. And I know tomorrow she's gonna say some stupid stuff. So I'm definitely gonna have to make a video tomorrow if I got to go to the mall and use their Wi-Fi to get it uploaded. I don't care. Meghan McCain's tweet today said to the Dems and rebels that want her fired, sorry she did not quit and is not fired. She'll be. Yeah, that host said she's not going to be canceled and she'll continue to trigger the internet. Well, okay, that's fine. You making content for me, and at the same time you making my dollars as well. So continue to do what you do, and I'm gonna continue to like continue my commentary on her. Like, they may be why they divorced because she exposed her freakness. Who? I don't know, but I'm sure there's something out there, and I'm gonna find out. She blocked me. Oh, 100%. She knows. Oh, 100%. I know she watched. I know Wendy has watched my channel. I 100% know Wendy. I know Anna Navarro 100% knows who I am and watched my channel. Bevy Smith watches my channel 100% because we tweet from time to time. Michelle Turner, who's going to be a co-host for Kevin Frazier for ET, who I called her a damage control host. I didn't say she wasn't qualified to be a host. I said she was promoted to be a host right after the situation with the talk because of damage control. I did not hinder her talent. Like she said, I'm hindering what the network is trying to do to save face with this whole black stuff that's going on. Let me tell y'all something. I went to Olive Garden today, right? And I had a server, and this server, he was my color, but he was 50% white, 50% black. But before I even knew what he was, I thought he was Italian. Because, Olive Garden is Italian, right? And y'all, this isn't like my first or second time going to Olive Garden, okay? Like, y'all know that my total was like $29 and some change. I gave him a $30 tip because he was a great waiter. Like customer service today is very low, very down, long days for great customer service. But he was a great waiter. I gave him a $30 tip. My order was $30. So I left there, spending $60. But hey, I'll get my blessing, whatever, something great would happen. Plus, I used to be a waiter, so I know that they rely on their tips a lot. But I asked the man what he studied in school. he told me he studied politics and international politics, and now he's getting his MBA in public administration, same college that I went to. And so I told him, what you want to do? He said he want to work for nonprofit and stuff like that. And then so like we just started talking about like where I'm from, where my people from, Palestine, and everything. And then he told me, he was like, oh, Palestine, like Free Palestine now is getting its is being heard and stuff. I'm like, no, it's not being heard. You know, I've been on this earth for 28 years, and for 28 years I've been Palestinian, and trust me, it has not been heard. Name me one artist, name me one big figure in media right now that's pro-Palestine. Name me one person. He couldn't name me one person because like first of all, DJ Khaled is where I'm from, okay? DJ Khaled, he's first generation American. Literally, he went to a rival high school than mine. You know, the little rivals with the football games and stuff like that. He's first generation Palestinian. He's from New Orleans, but he's very careful with his words. It's more about like, oh, let's come together for peace, which I do want, coming together for peace, because it's not the people for the most part, it's the government. But he's not going to say what I'm telling you guys now, because at the end of the day, the man got a bag he needs to pay. He got kids, so he's falling in line with the industry. And I'm not cursing the man out for that. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong for that. I'm saying do you. Because you got a family and stuff, and sometimes I guess that's kind of like falling in line with Steve Harvey said, but I'm not like that. I can't. Like, to me, that's selling your soul. You're selling your morals and principles and your values of who you are to the core, and you're succumbing yourself to the industry for a bag. Then that's just not who I am. So, but with him, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's cool with him. But that's not me. And I got a video coming out about DJ Khaled too. Like, yeah, I got a big video. So I told him no, it's not. Like, I've been a pastor for 28 years and stuff like that. And till this day, it hurts me to the core when I go on his nose job daughter's Twitter page, and this white Barbie mess up nose job looking chick gonna have a pinned tweet talking about that there has been a Middle Eastern peace plan, and within the 30 years nobody has done this, and like as if they broke some type of record or something like that, which basically is what they're saying, that the Bush couldn't do it, the dad Bush couldn't do it, Bill Clinton couldn't do it, Ronald Reagan couldn't do it, like all of them, they didn't do it either. Like, it's the whole deal is not inclusive to Palestinians. And then you have the woman in a relationship, Jared Kushner, going overseas talking to prime ministers and stuff about relations, when this man has 10,000 units in Baltimore, apartment units, that most of them, like a significant number of them, are rat mold infested and stuff like that. Actually, the woman who I interviewed, Dr. Alicia Black, who went to that township hall in Pennsylvania and told Trump, stop, let me finish my question, sir, received one of those letters from Jared Kushner's company stating that if she doesn't pay her rent while there was a halt on rent, that they're going to sue, allegedly. That's what they were doing. There was a post, news outlets, everything. They did a story on that his management company was allegedly threatening tenants, saying that if they don't pay their rent while we are in a pandemic, mind you, it was legal. Rent was still in the back end, like still like, you know, it's okay if you didn't pay your rent because of this pandemic, but they still went against the law, allegedly, and said that you'll be evicted if you don't pay your rent. So how are you? Okay, you are the face of the company, and you're not working for that, but that's still your company. But you're going overseas, going to other people's land, telling people how they should be living politically, when you don't even speak the Jewish language, when you don't even speak the Arabic language, when you don't even have an education in politics or experience in politics. That boggles my mind. That does not make any type of sense. Does that make any type of sense to you guys? Or am I just crazy? Because that don't make any type of sense. So, like, it hurts me to the core when I still see that tweet that's still pinned on nose job Ivanka Trump Twitter page talking about there's Middle Eastern peace deal relations, when it's a bunch of bullshit, because I can't even call my mother's first cousin overseas that lives in a great area without having the apartheid cut off the phone lines, okay? Like, so don't tell me that there is peace in the Middle East when I know for sure that there is not peace in the Middle East, when I know for sure that if you're not an American Palestinian, that you can't travel out the outskirts outside of Israel and inside of Palestine, when I know for sure that there's illegal Israeli settlements in Palestine and, you know, in Palestinian territory, which is illegal according to international law. So don't sit here and tell me that there is peace in the Middle East. And don't sit here, Mr. Biden, and tell me that you're pro-Israel when you know damn sure what's going on overseas, where people like me that look like me, that are not American but look like me, are being treated like a piece of shit. And that's why I did not vote for Biden, and that's why I didn't vote for Trump, and that's why I didn't vote at all. So don't sit here and ask me why I didn't vote, because I'm not voting for the president that's now that's pro-Israel but anti my people. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, fuck him. So don't ask me why I didn't vote. I didn't vote. I voted one time 10 years ago. Like, I didn't vote at all. Like, this election, last 4 years, the years before last, like, I didn't vote. So don't sit here and ask me, Jordan, why you didn't vote when we have a man in the White House that's only pro-black, because he knows that within the 30 years in politics that a president hasn't won the presidency without the black vote, okay? Because it's not that, and I told the waiter this before I knew he was black. I told him it's not like they care about black people. It's just because they have no choice, because it took 400 years for them to have a voice, not a huge voice, but enough of a voice to dictate the Democratic Party. And that's some true shit, because there's like a billion plus Arabs around the world, but within that billion plus, there's probably like 1% of Palestinians, okay? So our voice isn't big, and, you know, they know what they're going through now is equally the same thing what black people are going through now and before. And so going through years ago, I mean limited electricity, limited goods, limited education, can't cross the border. I can't marry if I'm a Palestinian, full Palestinian, I can't marry a female or whatever across the borderline because it's illegal. I go to prison for that. The prison system's horrible. You can't get a house in certain areas. So I'm pushing back the injustices to correlate that with black people. So that probably was, I don't know, 80 years ago for black people. So 80 years ago, what black people went through is what the Palestinians are still going through currently. So don't tell me why I didn't vote. And if you ask me again, that's the reason why I did not vote. It's the reason why I'm not going to vote. Like, so the only person that was running that I know for a fact that was pro-Palestine was Bernie Sanders. I was going to go vote for him, but then he left the race, and he didn't really provide an explanation as to why he left the race. I don't know if Biden got in his head. I don't know if his administration got in his head, but he left the race. So that's why I didn't vote. You know, I'm not voting for someone that's anti my people. I'm not doing that. And Biden really don't care about black people. He's just doing that because he has no choice. It's the same thing with these networks. You know, y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes, they're talking about diversity. ABC, as y'all know, as I reported many times, had a huge discrimination issue behind the scenes with Sonia Halston. They literally tried to censor a former lawyer, and a devout employee that has 2 jobs as a legal analyst and a co-host at ABC, but yet they don't want her to tell her story because it would have made the network look bad. But yet y'all have people that make the network look bad. Why are y'all employing people that makes you look bad if you don't want someone to expose you? Like, that doesn't make sense. So, like, calling her low rent and stuff, and calling Robin Roberts a racial slur, and the other black journalists racial slur and stuff like that. So, like, if you don't want to look bad, like, preach what stories you put out. Like, it's all about symbolism. It's all about symbolism. ABC talks about pro-social issues. They talk about Black Lives Matter, pro-Black Lives Matter, pro-Black people and stuff like that with stories, but it's all symbolism, because behind the scenes, it's not like that. They're no different than a right radical person off of Fox News. They're no different at all, because, you know, there's money with that. Being pro-black now to the left has become so mainstream and so click-worthy that that's what they thrive on, you know? So, like, it's just crazy, you know? Perfect example of the craziness is with Amanda Seales, when she read Kevin Frazier, who's going to be co-hosting with Nichelle Turner, who I said damage control. You see how everything comes full circle? Talking about they need to have a kumbaya moment with Cheryl Underwood. Dude, like, I don't know what the hell you were thinking when she asked you to have you as a journalist to interview her. First, she was trying to do damage control for herself, to have a black journalist to interview her. And Like, so after, first of all, his interview was very light. He gave her kindergarten type of questions, like easy, you don't need to prepare type of questions. Just come on camera. I got you, white woman. I got you. You know, I'm gonna make sure you look good on this camera, and I'm gonna make sure your storyline and the editing when it airs nationally, internationally, looks good for you. That was her interview. You know, it didn't work because y'all not stupid, but that was her interview. Hypergamy. So then he gonna have an Instagram link to Amanda Seales and all of these people that talk about the black experience and say they need to have a kumbaya moment, explain to a white racist woman why what she said was not right. Okay, like why do white people always got to play the victimhood when it comes to race? Like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how long are y'all gonna be the victim, you know, or play the victim? Why these Karens and Kens always gotta play the victim? And towards that end of the clip of Amanda Seales reading Kevin Frazier ass, mind you, he deleted that. He deleted that Instagram, that post. Amanda Seales simply said she needs a talk show. What, wasn't she on a talk show called The Real? Didn't The Real want another Tamar, but with more of an intellect, with more of an educated type of spin to talk about the black experience? Didn't they want a change on The Real? You know, didn't they want to come like The Few? The woman said she wanted a talk show, but yet she was on a talk show. And this goes back to what I said about these networks, ABC. This goes back to me when I say these networks that play pro-black up front, but behind the scenes is really anti-black, anti-people of color, okay? Because people don't read, so I'm explaining. So the girl said she wanted a talk show, okay? The girl was on a talk show talking about the black stuff, right? Big Lonnie Love saying, see, y'all Fox people get a bad rep, but this show, The Real, is about diversity. We on a Fox show. You know, Lonnie Love falls in line with industry, and she's not talented. Okay, so Amanda Seales left the show because of them being anti-black, right? Allegedly. Because of The Real allegedly being anti-black. Because it starts from the top, like she said. It starts from the top. We no longer want the white man with the freaking, I don't know, dressed up shirt with the bald head looking like the Dr. Phil look-alike, telling them what to do, where to do, how to do, supplying them their paychecks based on advertiser sponsorship money. We need diversity from the top, and until we get diversity top from executives to secondary executives to executive producers to lower level producers to talk show hosts who actually really is at the bottom pole. Just because you're on TV don't make you a top pole. They're a bottom pole. They got other people above them. It starts from the top. So how is a show like The Real diversity when people at the top aren't pro-black, allegedly? So, like, why do you think Amanda Seales left the show? Because she simply said that she's at a point in her life where she reached a level of success where she doesn't have to deal with those kind of people who in front of the scenes publicly are symbolically pro-black, are symbolically pro-people of color, but behind the scenes, yeah, he called me a monkey, he's anti-black, but behind the scenes, they are just like the radical right, okay? They are just like a Dylan Roof. They are just like, you know, someone that really don't care about black people or, you know, people of color. They just really don't give a damn. So that's why she left the show. You know, and the producer went Karen on her. The producer wanted Amanda Seales to tell her how to produce a segment. Amanda Seales simply said, am I going to get credit for this segment? The producer said, you know, it's just, you know, okay. Amanda Seales is for a living, okay? She does comedic acts, specifically talking about black history for a living, okay? That's what she does. So she had to do that on The Real and explain to a producer how the segment is going to go. So she deserves an executive producer segment, right? She deserves to have that credit for that segment, right? So then the white chick gonna go crying to the top. Oh man, this Seales bully me. She gonna go crying. Like, you know, that's the Karen. That's the Karenness. Like, you're not gonna tell me to produce a segment when you're the damn producer. If y'all want the producer to produce a segment, give me a black person that knows about the culture. Don't give me some white chick that don't know shit about black culture and then have her get credit for a segment with her name under that producing credit segment when literally it's the host that has not only a degree but also a portfolio of doing these type of segments at big old stadiums Like, how does that even make sense? Like, why am I going to give a producer credit for something that she knows or he knows nothing about? So that don't really make any type of sense. So I'm just really tired of fake people. Like, I in a way, I'm like Amanda Seals. There's no way in hell I'm gonna fall in line with this industry. Like, I can't be a co-host. I gotta have my own show if I ever go to that level. And if TV is actually a thing 10 years or 5 years from now, I gotta have executive control. I gotta have control, like be executive producer. I got to have, control, like creative control over the show. And then I told the waiter, look what happened to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was axed from not one show, but two shows by NBC, okay? Because I firmly believe in what other people have reported when Monique was on the show and he said what he said. Did y'all know that interview was an hour long? Did y'all actually know that Steve Harvey interview with Monique was an hour long? Did y'all actually know that? And Steve Harvey had the audacity to say that he edited that hour-long interview with Monique to save Monique. No, you're not saving Monique, you're saving your ass. But in reality, you didn't save your ass because you got fired, not by one show, but by two shows. And the way he found out was not by in the meeting, is how you and I find out through the blogs. Right? So he decided to go against, he decided to go from fall in line to against the line and say, we black out here. Your husband can't flex, how he want to flex out here and stuff like that. Like, so he said what he said. Okay, that probably the full script didn't air out to us, but the white people heard the white people from the top. You see where this going from the top, heard what he said. And guess what happened? Kelly Clarkson took his time slot with his talk show that was number 4. You know how hard it is to have a talk show with a number 4 time slot? You know how hard it is? Like that doesn't sound great, but it's good enough to keep a talk show, okay? Because you know who's number 4 right now? You know who's actually number 5 right now? That fake hoe, Ellen DeGeneres, is number 5 right now. Is number 5, okay? And why? And she's still on air, right? She's still on air. She didn't lose her talk show. Ellen is still on air. Despite all of the scandals that happened to her white ass over the summer. She's still on air, right? So he lost 2 talk shows. Kelly Clarkson took his time slot, and Melissa McCarthy took the other show with the little big shots, okay? So now he got his little radio show, and he got his Family Feud, and I'm sure he's doing his little book deals and stuff like that. He still got money, but when reality hits you, that's when, it happens. I mean, Nick Cannon. Okay, y'all know what happened with Nick Cannon, right? Y'all know the situation with Nick Cannon, all right? Nick Cannon got a talk show coming out, or should have been out right now, from the same production company as Wendy Williams. Same production company, Debmar Mercury. And they pushed his talk show. They didn't fire him, but they pushed it back a year. So it should be coming out in September of 2021, around that time, the fall of 2021, okay? Not too far from now when you think about it. But it was supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be on right now. But when he said what he said about, the black people and the Jewish community and stuff like that, I mean, he wasn't totally wrong. It's not what you say, it's how you said it. Okay? So he had to apologize. He had to fall in line again with white media. He had to bring on some rabbis to talk about the situation and try to educate himself on the situation. But in reality, we all know he meant what he said, but he ain't trying to lose them jobs because he keep getting baby mamas and kids and stuff like that. So now his talk show is coming back. Well, the talk show it didn't get canceled, but it's got pushed back. He's on A Masked Singer, but I see Niecy Nash on there a lot. He got his podcast still, so everything's coming back, Wilding Out and all of that stuff, right? So it's like, I mean, I really don't know the totality of what he said, but I think he said black people are really the Jews or something like that. I'm not really sure the totality of what he said. And they had a co-host with him just saying, just agreeing with him. But we all know what it is, that black people are still oppressed. Like, we still know what it is. Should not be drinking this late, but well. We know what it is, right? That what he said was not was not really off the ball, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so now his show's coming back, and it is what it is. Why y'all think Wendy is not the same Wendy on the radio? Because there's guidelines, there's a FCC, She can't say the stuff that she said on the radio, and she got media trained to be a talk show host, and that's what it is. I even got told I need to be media trained. Like I talked to someone that works for a talk show right now, and they told me they watched my channel. They told me I have great content, but they said that you should consider media training. I replied back saying I don't mind like getting educated on certain things, but I'm not going to polish my personality like for anyone. Like I'm not doing that. Like I don't mind learning about the rules and stuff like that, but I'm not polishing my personality. I'm not. That's just not who I am. That's not what I'm gonna do. Like no. So like that's why Wendy is what she is. And so like it's literally the media, like a lot of them, they're fake as fuck. Like literally had Kayleigh McEnany, psoriasis McEnany, who literally before Trump got elected said Trump is not a real conservative. He is pro this, he's pro that. That doesn't make him conservative. He's not right real, blah blah blah. Y'all remember that clip I showed y'all when I talked about it? And then when he got president, it was I'm pro Trump, I like him, yada yada yada. And so she got that little, job for less than a year or a year plus or whatever. And she got hired by Fox News as a contributor a month ago. And now she's a host of Fox News when Fox News is literally under a lawsuit by Smartmatic, which is a voting machine, because of Fox News rhetoric towards the voting system and towards literally Fox News played a clip of Kayleigh McEnany basically saying that the election was rigged. But they had one host that played it that was like he had to cut it off because he was like, I don't believe this. Like there's no evidence. It's been pulled out of the court system several times. And so like Smartmatic was like, we're not playing that. Like we're going to sue. Like the same situation with the vaccines is equivalent to the same situation with the voting system. All right. Meaning that the reason why a lot of people probably unsubscribed from me, it says because I said I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm not taking it because I don't believe in it. I'm also not taking it because it got too politicized. I'm also not taking it because the time discrepancies was off. And I'm still not going to take the vaccine. Okay. And so this guy will never go further than he is without being educated. And education is what moves multiracial people ahead. What am I not educated on? Tell me, what did I say that sounds ignorant? Please do. Wendy is still messy. Yes, she is still messy. Something of that nature. Some people just hate. The rabbis I didn't even watch the interview. Tell like it is, you're real, and that's why I like you. Hate the fakes. Too many out here. Yes, they did fire his fake. Tall Harvey lost all in a week. Nick's show comes back on VH1 this week. Wait, no. He has a show on VH1? You mean his radio show? I didn't know he had a show on VH1. Oh, you mean the Wild and Out show? I think it's on VH1. And so y'all got to think about it this way. Like, I'm a Palestinian, and like I interviewed Dr. Black. It's still on my channel. Like, it's still there. The woman that asked Trump about how he's trying to appeal Obamacare, right? So what are you going to do when you do that? Like, what are you going to do with people who are born with a pre-existing condition? Like she has sarcoidosis, which basically is, some people will have that, has like it's like an inflammatory disease, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot. I know for a fact you can be blind from it. And the doctor told her when she was around late teens that she needs to start learning how to read things off of a board. You know what blind people read off from? It's called Braille or Braille. I forgot the name of it. And so, like, she didn't listen, of course. She didn't do that. And doctors didn't take her seriously, because she's a black woman. And so it came to the point where she had to write fake doctor notes and fake prescriptions to steal medications and stuff like that. I'm not condoning that or whatever. I think that's wrong. Two wrongs to make a right, but that's what she did to get by. And so Trump, I'm still asking, like, we never heard of his healthcare plan, but yet he's trying to omit the Obamacare that was going to affect millions of people with pre-existing conditions. Like, so let's just keep it a spade. He didn't like the man because he's black. He didn't like the man not only because he's black, but because he's college educated. He went to Harvard. He's articulate. He's smart. He's down to earth. He likes people. A lot of people like him, and that's what Trump didn't like. Trump was raised, according to his niece, to not have emotional to not have like emotions or empathy for people. Like that's how he was raised, to be anti sensitive, anti crying, anti this because it made you look like a sissy, according to Trump's father. Because Trump's father, according to the niece, did not like the Trump's older brother, who is Mary Trump's father, because Mary Trump's father showed emotions, showed like actually like he's a human, okay, not a robot and stuff like that. So he was kind of like the matriarch or the mascot of what not to be or how not to be in a family, according to the niece. And I 100% believe her. I believe her 100%. So, I think Meghan Markle is in the same league as Amber Heard, Melania Trump, Kimberly. Oh, I 100% look. Piers Morgan wasn't all the way a liar. Of course, she's a social climber. Meghan Markle, of course. Like, you're not gonna DM an old ass man that follows you saying I'm a fan, bitch. Like, ain't no way she a fan of Piers Morgan. Like, let's call a spade, okay? Then the girl was on Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel. The girl that opened the baggage for the money. I'm like, I used to watch that show. I never seen her on there, but she apparently was a model on there. Then she tried to apply as a model for Wendy. Like, she's a beautiful woman. A lot of those girls that look good and everything, yeah, they are social climbers. So I do believe Piers when he said that. But he's just a bitter ass old man who can't just let it go. That's something that happened years ago, and it's starting to be creepy. So, of course, she's no different than the Melania Trump, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Of course, Amber Heard. Is the Amber black? I don't know who that is. Amber, but it sounds familiar. So I'm reading your comments. A mix of all. His skin is clearly white. I can't tell what he is. Yo mama. But they need to read. I no longer explain to grown folks. I have more important things to do than to sit to a racist down and start explaining. Anyone who doesn't read, it's a shame. And they talked about this on The View, which were they were right. A lot of people who are born with this disease called racism are people who haven't been outside of the vicinity of their area. Not only outside of the country, but outside of like a Georgia or outside of Alabama, like their own state. They haven't explored other areas, and so they're tied to what people are saying and how people feel and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of ignorance and stuff. Educates me, Sharon Osbourne. It's not my job to educate you, man. I mean, it's too late to educate her. It's too late. It's always Kevin Frazier. He did Why We Have to Explain. Read a book. Okay, I read that. Let me go down. I'm just trying to read y'all comments. You got a nice crowd. Yeah, because I'm just talking. Because Meghan McCain was the highlight. So I don't think who did fake scripts. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm gonna start. SC Cup seems like she cool though. Dummy Machine, how is Kayleigh going up the ladder so quick? Because she's white. And she's still young, and she has the look for television. This guy will never go further than he is without being educated. I'm still waiting on Christina's comment about what did I say that's uneducated. I think Meghan McCain should just lead The View, replace Meghan McCain with Anna Navarro, Tara Sotomayor, Gretchen Carlson, Mary S.C. Cup. Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, see, hold on, let me take a drink. Ben Dominaz is a sissy. Meghan McCain's husband is a sissy, because that's another chick he bullied was Tara Setmeyer, okay? Like, Tara Setmeyer, of course, is the equivalency of Mistress Sidney McCain when it comes to politics, right? She's country of a party, right? And so Ben Dominaz, here's another hypocritical thing he said. He wrote on Twitter that Tara Setmeyer will do anything politically that pays. Okay, weren't you married like 3 times to, like, I know his past wife, she was a writer. So I'm sure like he networked through her to get a writing job for the Washington Post, and then got caught for plagiarizing. The wife before, I'm not really sure. There's really like no information on her, but then of course Meghan McCain is like a pure like gold mine, okay? Like with knowing Lindsey Graham, her Joe Biden, like everybody in politics, people in entertainment. So that's a gold mine for his ass to get where he got at Fox now as a contributor, okay? Being with Laura Ingraham and stuff like that. So, dude, you you get married to anything that pays. You're telling old girl Tara Setmeyer that she'll do anything that pays politically. You get married to anything that pays, And so he's locked down with her because she's really the farthest that he can go. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else that he can divorce her from and get to with him because Meghan McCain is really like can't get higher than that. So don't let the last name fool you, honey. My ancestors were in this country before anyone. You so please, I am in my late 60s. But honey, I'm trying to ask you, what are you trying to say? I didn't say you're white or black. I mean, based on that, sounds like you're white. But I'm simply just saying what part of my commentary was ignorant. That's what I'm trying to find out. Like, I don't know why campaign workers think they are experts on everything Biden. What are you saying? She's not too much of one. She didn't climb with him, so she doesn't have a limit. So, and now Lara Trump is also hired as a contributor for Fox. So, like, exactly. So it's just like it's crazy. It's really crazy that and I told old guy, that was my waiter. I was like, hell, if Mars open up and is livable for humans, I want to move to Mars. Don't take that media shit like to Mars. Don't take the elitists to Mars and stuff. Have a new planet open up. I will leave planet Earth and live on Mars. Yeah, she's a Karen. She's triggered. So like it is what it is. And I'm just tired of it. Like a lot of people tell me Amber Heard is Johnny Depp's second ex-wife who last year 2 audio tapes leak out to where she admitted she physically abused. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's crazy. It's really crazy that like literally before Trump got elected, I wasn't so obsessive with this whole race stuff. That really wasn't really dwelled on my mind. And I have OCD, y'all. So I think it's the OCD is also the OCD enemy. And it's not the clean OCD. It's more of it's the door locked OCD. Okay, it's like that obsession with things that are, or did I drop something because I don't like carrying a wallet? I just put everything in my pocket, which is not good. Because wallets, I feel like it's just I don't know, it's just too much. I don't like putting money behind in my back pocket. Like I don't know how guys are comfortable with having a wallet in their back pocket. That's so uncomfortable to me. But Meghan Markle's not a social climber, not much of so she wouldn't climb with his stopping behind, so she doesn't have. Well, she had drinks with him, and then after the drinks for the first time, she met Prince Harry. So we wouldn't know, like it didn't get to that level, So, but like before Trump got elected, I was never like so race obsessed and everything, and now like with anything from going to a restaurant, because literally a restaurant literally. I don't want to say too much. I don't need no stock because looking up the restaurant. But there was a restaurant here that had a problem, like a race issue. It's not too far from me. That there is a stereotype now that has not now for forever that black people don't tip. Okay, that's a stereotype that African American people don't tip, and so I am a Scorpio. I am. So there is a restaurant that automatically put a tip charge on these black couples' receipts, right? I can see your comments, Courtney. And so the black couple asked the waiter, hey, like we got charged a mandatory tip. Is that what y'all do? He said yes. Then the black couple asked a manager, hey, there's a mandatory tip on my receipt. Like, is this your policy? They said yes. Then the black couple asked a white couple. They said absolutely not. So the person posted that on the social media and went locally and went viral. The guy who's the owner of that restaurant is a Trump supporter. I mean, it's pretty much obvious. And so the owner of the restaurant said that he's doing an investigation. What you need to do an investigation on? Clearly the waiter lied and the manager lied about the situation. And the guy who actually was profiled by these people at the restaurant worked in the restaurant industry and said that, he knows the value of waiters and how they work and what they need in terms of tip and stuff like that. So it went viral and of course they're receiving an apology from the owner, stuff like that. But like, dude, you're showing your true colors by not simply firing the people who lied to the black couple, because in essence, they got racially profiled because there is a stereotype that black people don't tip. So campaign workers pass out flyers and make phone calls unless you're his campaign manager, one of them. What are you talking about, Toria? I listen to a lot, usually don't talk because I get passionate, but Biden is what we need to turn hatred around, not believe he's perfect for anything we need. Yeah, Scorpios, I don't trust people. Yes, for real. No, I don't block people. I believe in freedoms of speech. It makes it interesting. I've been a waiter before, for a waiter, server, whatever, for like over 2 years, but I never really had even thought about a stereotype about black people don't tip. I mean, I did have one try to run out. Some people, they like to eat their food and they paid and then they want to run out and they don't want to tip. But I mean, I'm not going to generalize all black people saying that they don't tip. And so like, I don't know. I just don't know where that stereotype came from. And then when we have Essence down here, like they had a situation when we had Essence Fest down here, like a lot of restaurants closed down and then they blamed it on maintenance and stuff like that. Because, of course, the majority of people at Essence is what? African American. So they just don't want. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. My bad. I'm still here. My thing went bananas, but I'm still here. My bad. Y'all can still hear me. Y'all can still see me. I don't know. Sometimes my phone does that. So I mean, I've not really had a situation. I mean, I do have like I'm now, to be strictly honest with you guys, from working in like restaurants and stuff like that. The majority of my problems were from African American people, because they're just like simply extra, like too extra. Like with the food, it's too hot, it's too this, it's too that, it's blah 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 da 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 da, and stuff like that. And so, but I just really never had that stereotype of, or like really think about the stereotype of them not tipping. So, where are you from, Donna? Biden perpetrated racial injustice when he wrote the crime bill. So no, we don't need Biden. That's why I tell people that Biden is not really plural black. He just have no choice. But people don't really understand that. He really don't understand that. I mean, I had instances where, like, as a server, if I'm giving out money and then they don't have change. Let's say their total is a certain total, and then I'm giving them money, and I have to give them their change back and stuff like that. And then they'll be like, keep the change. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's only 5 cents. Like, as if they're doing me a favor, like I can keep 5 cents. Like that's helping me out tip wise or something like that, but, Donna, where are you from, Donna? Oh, you live in New Orleans right now, so you know the restaurant. Yeah, he got one in New Orleans, and he got one in Jefferson Parish as well. No, but that place still get customers though. Like they don't give a damn. Like that now, this restaurant, y'all, is like high class. This isn't like going to a damn burger joint and eating. This is like a high class restaurant, okay, where you gonna spend for yourself. If you get like an entree, appetizer, and some food, it's gonna be like $35 for it just for you. When the Olive Garden today, my total was $29-$30. My fat ass, I still got my food right here. I mean, it's probably soggy because I went out with my mama. I took her to the French Quarter, but it was $30, and the guy was such a good waiter, and and stuff like that. And of course, I talk. I'm down to earth. So then he got comfortable talking. I gave the man $30 for a tip. So. So where are you at now, Ms. Donna? Are you still in New Orleans? Oh, I'm happy. I'm making you laugh. Really, none of these politicians care about us. They say anything to get elected, and then go everything but what they said to get them elected. So you are biased, right? In any way? What are you talking about? And I had another restaurant in my area. They had a group of black people come in, and they were like, "There go the monkeys." And that's another restaurant I go to. So literally, So when I'm in the area and then I go out to eat and it's around that the restaurant that had that discrimination stuff with the black couple, I'm looking around. Like I went to a po' boy place not too far from there, and it was all white people, and then they had a black couple there, and I felt comfortable after I saw the black couple, and I sat down by them and I looked at them. I'm like, when I saw y'all, I was like, when I saw y'all, I felt comfortable, and they started laughing. So we had a laughing matter, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's like, like y'all. I had a surge tech. Tell me one time, a woman that works in the surgery room, tell me one time that see this. I make people comfortable, but she was 100% comfortable with me. She was like, where you live at right now, Donna? What where you staying at? What state? She was like, black people here are entitled. I was like, what you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? She was like, I don't know. They don't say thank you. They don't say, they just, when you open the door or something, they don't tell you nothing or whatever. This woman do surgery, okay? Imagine a woman that have that mindset do like give the surgeon equipment and stuff like that on you, okay? Okay? Like, imagine. Oh yeah, the police department, Miss Donna. Oh yes. Like I had somebody racially profile me around that area, like around the whole Daisy stuff. And the police told me leave him alone. I'm like, he messed with me. What you mean leave him alone? He messed with me. I ain't messing with that man. In terms of the alternative Trump, yes, we need, please be objected to the words, what? Same education. What the hell is she talking about? In terms of the alternative Trump, yes, we did. Please be objected to the words, same education campaign. I never made calls passed out flyers, so don't assume me having it. Oh, that's you. I don't know what y'all doing. Give Biden a chance. He cares. I mean, look, the man old. I think he trying to pay his dues and trying to be good with God. I still think he's fake as fuck. I 100% do believe the ex-husband of Jill Biden that she got with Biden while she was still married. So she's a mistress, just like Cindy McCain is a mistress. So if I ever do a story on Jill Biden, I will call her Mistress Jill Biden. Okay, I try to play fair. And so I believe him. Like I believe her ex. Like I believe him for sure. Like he's not trying to get no fame or nothing. I believe him 100%. So she's like the classy Melania Trump. So it's okay, Eric. Donna, where you at? But yeah, 100% believe that she cheated on him and stuff like that. But yeah, Biden, he's like a Hillary Clinton. He's so inauthentic. He only won because he rode the coattails of Obama, talking about on The View, I'm not gonna use Obama as like a marketing thing. Well, you clearly did. Obama did some speeches for you while you were in your damn basement. God knows what. The man has an issue. Like, I ain't trying to be one of them conservative points. This is why I don't like my politics, but he has an issue. I don't know if y'all saw an interview with him with Anderson Cooper. He was clearly reading from a teleprompter. That press conference was clearly like handing the questions and studying them questions down to the T. Like I want somebody that can literally go on a podium and can be asked any type of questions and stuff like that. I'm sure when Trump was on the podium, he was not ready for a question from a CNN or NBC or something, because clearly he wasn't, because he would say fake news and stuff like that. So he's not going to give you a time of day when he knows, if he knew that the questions were going to be making him look bad. You see what I mean? Like, he wouldn't give him a time of day. So like, oh no, we don't need Biden. He only won because COVID. Otherwise, he would have lost. I think he is demonically strange. His eyes are black. Cool. Who Ao? Who are you talking about? Me? My eyes aren't black. It's brown. It looked black on camera, but it's late. But I think Donna left. Donna left. So like that's what it is. That's what it is. And I think Matt Gaetz, like I said, needs to be investigated. I think his investigation needs to happen with his son. I think Meghan McCain needs to apologize, because y'all don't understand how dangerous like her commentary is. Miss Donna, you still in here? I think Donna left. I don't think his commentary. I don't think y'all understand how dangerous her commentary is. I don't even think y'all understand how her husband just simply preps her. The girl is not smart in politics. her only claim to politics is, of course, it's through her father. So she's automatically seen as if she has knowledge about politics. But the girl is like equivalent to a Wendy Williams when it comes to politics. Like, she needs to stick to the I'm trying to open my bag. She needs to stick to reality TV. That's what she needs to stick to, not what her husband tells her to tout on The View. I 100% believe her husband is telling her to tout like stuff about the Asian stuff or stuff about this race relations when it comes to being hired. Y'all know that's a problem, okay? Y'all know race relations is a problem. I'm not sure if any of y'all experienced that when y'all look for a job, but like it's dude, it's a problem. It's really a problem. I'm saying, like, I had a situation, right, where I applied for a job, okay, and I saw my resume in. This was like a marketing job because I have a degree and stuff like that. And so I get a call, I get an email, reply instantly. The dude gave me his number. I'm on the phone talking to him, so maybe he didn't think I was the color that he thought. Maybe he thought I was white. And so I go into the interview and I tell him who I am. Then he asks me, "Are you this person?" I'm like, "Yeah." So like the interview did not, and the connection that we had on the phone did not uh it wasn't equivalent to the connection in person. And it's clearly because of the color of my skin, because I'm looking at the workers there, they're all white. The workers are all white. And so the same thing I had with a realtor that I posted on my community page. Like, I called this guy 9 in the morning. We scheduled an appointment for 3:30 for me to see a house. Now this house, well, this is an apartment above a house, so it's a rare situation, right? So he explained everything to me, and we scheduled for 3:30, okay? Then he calls me an hour before the appointment and confirms and I'm coming, and I said, "Yes, I'm coming. I was going to confirm with you as well." And so everything was good. When I got there, like, I parked on the side of the house where he parked, and he was like, "Oh, sir, he was like, you're blocking." He didn't say sir. He was like, "You're blocking the driveway." So, but the first time I parked, when I blocked the driveway, I went up to him, but not all the way. Then I get in my car, and then I back up my car some more, and then I come up to him again, and he says, "Are you Jordan?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Then his response is, "Oh, I thought you're somebody else." So I took that as a race thing, So, I mean, I didn't say anything. I went to the apartment out of respect, although he didn't give me that respect. And I looked, and then, like, I wasn't even interested, like, even before going in, because I took that as, "Oh, I thought you're somebody else." So literally, like, the next day, I mean, I posted it, and y'all was telling me what to do and blah blah blah. Like, I called his broker, and I told his broker what happened, and his broker was like this. His broker was like a Kevin Frazier off the ET. The broker was like, "You should call him and explain to him." I'm like, "Why should I call him? That's inappropriate." I'm calling his boss, the broker, on the phone. Like, why do I need to go to the person that made me feel this way, and stuff. And then he goes, then you know what he asked me? He was like, "Well, we have African American people." I'm like, "I'm not black. I'm not African American." I was like, "African American people aren't only the people that face these issues." That's what I told him, right? Then he goes, he still doesn't understand. Then he goes, "Well, are you LGBT?" I mean, he goes, "I think he is, but I mean, I never asked the realtor that if he's LGBT." I'm like, "Sir, this is a race issue. Like, you know, this is a race issue." Like, he clearly didn't understand what was still going on, right? And so, like, then the realtor calls me and says, "Oh, Jordan." He was like, "Jordan, I heard you spoke to my broker, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The past tenant that the apartment had, the owner had, they didn't pay their rent on time at one time, and so I'm like this with everybody. I asked them for a copy of their ID, and I tell them that they should get 3 times the rent for their income to qualify for this apartment, and I tell that for everybody, and I treat everybody the same." And then he also said, "I had a girl that didn't show up at the same time that she was supposed to show up as you at 3:30 as well." Okay, the man, what does the another girl or another client have to do with me? First of all, number one. Number two, you didn't, like, that's standard protocol, 3 times the pay, copy of your ID, blah blah blah, when you're searching for a house and apartment. And he didn't even tell me that. He didn't even tell me that on the phone. And I asked a whole bunch of questions on the phone. Like, I navigated the conversation on the phone, okay? And in person, he barely said a word to me besides, "Oh, I thought you were somebody else," and stuff like that, you know. So he made that conversation after I called his broker even worse. Like it made me even believe that what he said was a race situation. Um, so do they understand that's the illegal? That is illegal questioning. What is illegal questioning? So like that made me even like pissed off even more because him saying that him explaining himself saying that I felt that he was racist because he said 3 times the pay because of an ID and because of a good credit score. That I felt he was racist when he never even told me anything about 3 times the pay. When he never even told me about a copy of RV because I navigated the question. Okay, it wasn't even that. He didn't even say anything about that. Period. Right. It was about him saying, "I thought you were somebody else." You know. You see what I mean? And then he also said that, "Oh, your phone number and then the girl's phone number also sound the same." Like, dude, like you're making so many excuses that aren't even a part of why I felt that way in the beginning. Was the fact that you said, "I thought you were somebody else." You see? So, like, you know, white people playing victim again. Yeah, he was lying to me. He definitely wholeheartedly was lying. And because I'm sure the neighbor, she's like an old white woman that does hair, and predominantly that neighborhood is white. So I guess she had that stereotype that I don't pay my rent on time. I mean, which I do. I've never been late on my rent ever in my life. I pay early, actually. So clearly, what he said, uh, and clearly what I felt, because I usually when I feel stuff, like I have a great intuition that it's true. So clearly, it was a race issue. You know, it was a race issue. So I mean, the broker really didn't do anything. I even tried calling the broker back after he called me because I called his boss because he made it worse. Like I felt like he made the situation worse for making up excuses that he never said about 3 times the pay. He never even had that conversation with me. The fact that he brought a client into the equation that he's supposed to see at the same time as me, which I really don't know what a female, because I don't look like a female. Like, what does she have to do with me? And what does her phone number looking like mine have to do with me when literally like our phone numbers aren't even alike? Like, I mean, the first digit, but you know, like if your phone number is a 215 and there is a 226 or something like that, like, you know. So yeah, it sounds like a race situation because it's a house, but there's like a nice 2 bedroom, you know, on top of a garage or whatever, you know. So it's like a rare situation. But yeah, I mean, so I mean, I didn't go above that. I mean, I thought about it, but I really don't got time to have more complications in my life. But yeah, 100%. And so, like, when his broker was like, "Are you LGBT?" Because I think the realtor is, but I never asked him. But like, it's not even about LGBT. It's a race issue. I mean, it's obvious that the man is gay. I mean, it's not hard to like. I mean, it's not hard to tell that he was or that he wasn't. It's, you know, but that wasn't the issue. It was the race thing. Um, and then he tells me then he tells me I left. He goes, "I left before you." Like, you know, like because the girl didn't show up, the other girl, which was a lie because I actually left after he did, and he was in his parked car on the phone with, I'm assuming, the owner of the house. You know, that apartment, that there is apartment above. You know, so he lied. You know, so clearly it was a race issue. You know, so like. And then the broker was like, "We have Cubans that work for us. We have black people." I don't care. Like, that's not going to help this situation. Like, you know, like that's not going to like lower my feelings about what happened and stuff. So like, yeah, I wasn't lying to y'all, and that's to me, that's what happened. You know, so it is what it is. It's not. I told her, bro, I was like, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last. You know, um, but and literally that restaurant that I'm talking about is not too far from there. So, you know, like you know, it is what it is, you know. So yeah, let me read. We on a race scar, but no guns. Well, both actually. COVID-19. Okay, I read y'all. Let me see what else y'all saying. Reading y'all comments. I think Miss Donna left. Hey, Miss Brandy. Are you on Patreon? Patreon.com/JOAJOA. Who wants to be a moderator that's on Patreon on here? Patreon.com /JOAJOA. I'd appreciate y'all if y'all have, $5, whatever, that would be good. I know we in a pandemic. I know, but y'all got y'all stimulus as well. So I mean, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, man, like, so it sucks. Like, I wasn't like this before the Trump era, like basically reading somebody if they're a racist or not before doing business with them. That's still anything. That's what finding a house or an apartment or going to a realtor, like anything, or going to a doctor. Like literally, I'm seeing a doctor, there, and he told me he thought I was black and he had to hire a black person for his high school position because of the whole racial car. He thought by my voice crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it is what it is. That's just how it is. Yeah, it's racist around my areas. It's just like that. They got a salad down the street, like they got a little salad bar, and one time the person, like one of the big bosses was there, and I asked him like if I asked him like what is his position or something like that, or if he's the owner and stuff like that. The dude literally just walked off without even looking at me. Um, and then they got another salad bar like a mile or two from my area, and they had a black girl tell me that she went to an interview to that salad bar that I just told y'all about, and the guy didn't even look at her like in the interview. So I mean, so like, it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't report him or anything. I thought about, I don't know who to report him to. Like, I don't know, like, to maybe the company where he got his real estate license from. I don't know if there's like a corporate company or a headquarters or whatever, but I didn't go past the broker. The broker didn't do shit. He didn't even help. I think the broker just told the guy to call me or something. I bet he said, you better call that boy before he make a big scene about it. you know. And even in my own neighborhood, like, I don't know if y'all been here that long, because I know I got a whole bunch of subscribers since then. But even in my neighborhood, dude, I got profiled. Like 2-3 months of living here, dude comes out, a white man. I should post that video. I got it on my phone still. It's, he was like, what am I doing here? Dude, like, and then I called, the police just to get documentation, whatever. And then the police goes, don't mess with him. I'm like, and my mom like, the dude messed with me. What you mean don't mess with him? Yeah, I've been looking for 2 months. Report to licensing board. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Like, so I guess like, cause I know there's like Ladder and Bloom, and then there's like, these big national real estate agents. So I guess like it would be where the headquarters are for that. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm over it. I don't care. It's whatever, but yeah, I am. It's been a struggle. They said if you didn't get your stimulus check, put that on your tax refund. That's what they said. Patreon.com /JOA. I appreciate it, Miss Brandy. Or should I say Brandy? Are you leaving, Courtney? What time is it? It is 12:53. It's almost 1 in the morning. No, but I appreciate you guys. Like, this is a blessing that I'm able to do this and stuff. Like, not a lot of people that try YouTube end up being successful or at it, or even get to the point where they get subscribers and an audience. See, my shit's soggy. See, it's soggy. I had got some chicken Alfredo, and I got some soup, but it was oh damn. You see, it's soggy. It got on my notebook. Damn. Yeah, and I had it in the car for like what, 4 hours? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely soggy. Damn. I was like, I know I ain't gonna eat this, but I don't know. So the View is coming back tomorrow, and like we just need somebody. This is what we need on the View. I'm gonna let y'all know what we need. We need somebody that's able to challenge Whoopi, because there's not a host on there that challenges her, and we need a host that is outspoken. You see what I mean? Because like every person that challenged Whoopi, there was rumors that they didn't get along, like a Rosie O'Donnell or Jedediah Bila. I like Jedediah because she wasn't scared to challenge Whoopi. You know, so we need somebody. Oh, it's upside down. That's why it's like that. I'm so stupid. My plate is upside down. Damn. My soup literally. Oh, shoot. My soup spilled in my bag. And then my chicken Alfredo is upside down. Damn, dog. Don't say what. Wait, no. Wait, no. It's just my soup. Just Jesus Christ. That's why it's like that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna report it or whatever. You know, this happened a week ago. It's probably been a week, but yeah, like even when if y'all watch Wendy Williams' first big break is on YouTube, like she even said that the radio host like that she's black, but she talks white. I like that. Did y'all ever watch her video? It's an old video on YouTube. She talks about her first big break. Oh yes. I mean, it's soggy, but I ain't eating the soup though. The soup spilled in my bag. I don't care for the soup. It's like dumplings, Italian soup or something. Oh yes, I'd pay to see Amanda Seales on The View with Meghan McCain on. I'd so pay so much money. I don't like eating in front of people's face. Like if you were right here, I can't eat in front of people's face. They gotta have some food too. I always think about that, doing a show, talking what we talk about, and eating. You know, but yeah, I paid so much money, man, to see Amanda on The View. Um, but yeah, so who going on Patreon? I don't have Wi-Fi to see. It's in the description. The link. This is why I'm fat, because I eat at 1 in the morning. But if we really want to be honest here, like, I mean, there's even prejudiceness and racial tension and stuff within people in your own community. Like, there's definitely that in my community. Like, you know, it's definitely, you know, like, for instance, the guy that wrote the article on the talk, and look. So the guy that I had on my community page, Yashar Ali, he's the person that broke the story about Barbara Fedita, the woman that called Sonia Holston low rent, right? And he's also the person that exposed Sharon Osbourne about the talk. Like, he had Leah Remini talk on record about Sharon Osbourne, about what she said, calling Julie Chen wonton eyes, calling Sarah Gilbert a pussy eater and a fish, what she said, a pussy licker and a fish eater, and calling Holly Robson Pete ghetto, right? And so he posted something about Bad Baby. I don't like saying her name. I feel uncomfortable. She just made 18, right? The girl that was on Dr. Phil, to Catch Me Outside. So he wrote on Twitter, Bad Baby, aka Cash Me Outside girl, just received $1 million in 6 hours from making her OnlyFans account. So then I replied and I wrote, Bad Baby, uh, aka cultural appropriation, aka I wrote something to the effect of that. Get views because she's white, fixed, and then he blocked me after that. So, but the thing is, there is some hate towards because Iranians are seen as people that are the Shiite group, Shiite tribal, and then people from my area like Jordan, Palestine, in that region and stuff like that, we are Sunni. We are like Sunni tribal people. And so, look, I don't know why there's hate relations. It's just different views on different things. But some of them, they don't like each other because of that. So he's, of course, in that tribal group, a Shiite. So I took it as that because I don't know. Some of them are like that. You know what I mean? But so another reason why I took it as because he actually quote tweeted me one time because I was like, is it even worth it to get a TikTok? Because I still don't even understand Twitter yet fully. And some Iranian journalist responded to that saying, "My Baba," which means my dad. Um, it's in Arabic and in Farsi. Loves TikTok all the time and watches all the video and stuff like that. So she's Iranian. So I don't know, like, but he's bald headed. He got a whole hoodie on. He got a whole hoodie on his Twitter icon because he's bald. Like I guess he's like, I guess he's insecure about that. I don't give a damn. I know I'm losing hair. I know that. So where is Miss? I don't need no stalkers now. I already have one that live above me, which is why I'm trying to move. Miss Don Oliver, you still on here? Where you from, AO? So, yeah, he broke the story. He actually called Sunny. He called Sunny and told her about Barbara Fadida. Sunny didn't say the journalist's name, Char Ellie, in her book. She just said the journalist. So he called her. He broke that story, and he broke the story about the talk. And he used to be someone that worked for the Clinton administration. Like he used to work in politics. He doesn't want people to know that because that hurts him journalistically. He wants to be seen as a journalist. When a true journalist is like, you don't know what politics you are, like where you align yourself. Oh, I know, AO. I know. Yeah, that's why I never got TikTok, is the whole China stuff. But so yeah, he broke those two stories. And I mean, he's pretty, like, he got a big following on Twitter, like almost 800,000 followers. And so he worked for the Huffington Post and stuff, but like I don't give a damn. I always shouted him out in my videos. Like with the Sonya Holson story that he broke, I used his article as a source because he makes money from his little article as well. And then with the talk as well. Like, so I didn't say anything bad. Like, I always shouted him out. I lost so many subscribers yesterday. Well, today, actually, I lost like, I'm not at 33,000 anymore. I lost like 80 subscribers because I guess I said I hate Don Lemon, which I do. I don't like him. Oh yeah, and y'all was telling me about Dr. Colonel. I know who he is. I just know his name. He's pretty cool. The philosopher. He actually was on Fox News, and Laura Ingraham was like, "Wait, I never thought I would get along with a liberal, but we get along here, Because he to me is fake. He reminds me of Van Jones. But I didn't realize I was gonna lose so many subscribers, which I don't give a damn, but I was surprised. Hey, the figure greens. Yeah, Cornel West. Philosopher. I'm actually looking forward to The View tomorrow. because they have been off for a week. Yeah, I don't like Don Lemon. Sorry, y'all seen the ghetto side. I literally got a bag right there because the curtain fucked up. Yeah, a lot of people got mad. Well, they thought I was being homophobic because I said Chris Cuomo probably dicks him down behind the scenes, and that's not even homophobic because Chris Cuomo is a good-looking man, right? So they are the last two people at CNN to leave. So if Chris Cuomo looked like a Harvey Weinstein lookalike, do you think Don Lemon would be his friend? No. If Chris Cuomo looked like a Dr. Phil or whatever, do you think they would be friends? No. So who, Don Lemon? Yeah, so he got a book out. So he's using black people to buy his book. The only person I want to hear talk about MLK is MLK's son that's still alive. That's it. He's like an Andy Cohen. And then again, he's from Louisiana. Went to LSU. So I mean, it's not like I don't want to support him. I just think he's fake. Hey, thank you, Emily. Watch it. I just like it when Meghan McCain gets told off. Watch it. What question, Eric? He watches my channel too. You know, he brought about a black barber, talking about, oh, I went to the barber and I'm talking about black barber. You know why he said that? Because I tweeted him that about me. My barber was telling me they were talking about CNN, like some black issue on CNN, and he was like, but Don Lemon, he brought up his fiance. Like, we ain't trying to hear, he's not homophobic, but I don't know if he said we're not trying to hear that gay shit, but he was like, we're not trying to hear that stuff, you know? I was laughing, whatever. So then I tweeted that, and then I added Don Lemon. Next thing you know, when he was on his show with his side dude, Chris Cuomo wanted to ask Don Lemon a question about, black people and stuff. And then Don Lemon referenced his barber because he saw my tweet. On Twitter, you can't tell who clicked on your tweet, but you can tell if somebody, you would know if somebody clicked on it, checked out your profile and stuff by looking at the impressions. And yeah, so he's a clown, The View didn't come on last week. They were on break. Oh, you said you missed it. Yeah. Yeah, Andy Cohen's a clown too. That's why when I wrote to Nichelle Turner, I was like, congratulations, I guess. And I put question mark. Do you think they're doing damage control? Do you think CBS is doing damage control? Then Debbie Smith got into it and she was like, don't entertain these fools. And I'm like, wow, to even think about your book. She was like, thank you that you bought my book and stuff like that. And then I was like, maybe I should ask Kathy Griffin what she thinks about your boss, Andy Cohen. Because she has a radio show under Andy, it's called, Andy got a radio show, and then she's like a part of that as well. And so, I don't like him. See, I would never get along with people in Hollywood. Don Lemon likes to go to drag shows. I know that for a fact. He do. He likes to go to Florida. There's a Fort Lauderdale bar he goes to. And he likes to go to drag shows. But I don't know. I don't get along with people in Hollywood. Hell, I don't like my own people. I went to, hey, Miss Banks. I went to my mom and I started liking it too. We have this Middle Eastern restaurant that we go to. It's really clean and they have good food. I don't even eat Middle Eastern food like that, but I got me a gyro wrap yesterday. It had some lamb on there too. Ooh, it was so good. And their fries are like rally fries. And then they give you this tahini like dip. Ooh. And so, like, of course, when you go in there, you're going to see somebody that's either related to you or that knows your family. So, like, this guy knew my mama and stuff like that. And they started talking. And, you know, my mom told him, yeah, she was like, Jordan, like me. She was like, he don't like Arabic people. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't like Arabic people. And I told him Arabic simply because they just like to know your business and that's it. Mind you, the workers are Arabic and everything. And I'm sure they heard me, but I didn't give a damn. You know. So, grape leaves, yeah. So I was like, I don't like Arabic people. Because it's the culture is too conservative and people judge you and stuff like that. So I don't know. I had bad experience with Arabic people here, so like I just don't like them. So those y'all that call me a racist or whatever, I don't even like my own people. So, I don't. I'd rather be friends with somebody opposite of me, opposite my race, than somebody of Arab descent. Because people that's the opposite of you normally support you more than people that's from your own culture, you know. But Don Lemon doesn't like gay men of color. He's only ever seen with white gay men. I've heard him from fans that have seen him. Wait, what's the tea, figurines? Who's these friends? Have them email me. Cause I had a girl on here that was a waiter for Wendy Williams, and Wendy threw up on her ass, okay? And this is when Angie Martinez almost busted Wendy Williams' ass for saying that her rapper boyfriend, what's his name? Was it Cupid? Was gay. Was it Q-Tip? Not Cupid. Q-Tip. Q-Tip. What's his name? Is it Q-Tip? What's that rapper name? Q-Tip that Angie was dating. And so she was like, Wendy Williams threw up on her that on that same day. It was like the same day when Angie Martinez. See, they ain't show that in the movie. Like, I wish they showed that in the movie, okay? Angie Martinez needs to come out with a movie. I'll watch it. And it has to have Wendy, somebody play Wendy and of her beating that ass or almost beating that ass, okay? Olive Garden. You late, Miss Ann. I went to Olive Garden. Yeah, we'll be good friends, Miss Banks. It's not like I don't hate people, but like I had a bad experience, like a horrible experience. Like I haven't been to I never in my life been to an American wedding, right? I've only went to Arabic weddings and stuff. I haven't been to a wedding in 15 years, almost 16 years. If that doesn't tell you anything, and baby, we have lots of weddings, okay? Like lots of weddings. So I had one Arab dude try to try me one time at my job. He talking about, oh, you speak Arabic? Do you know DJ Khaled? Bro, when I tell you I was about to lose my job that day and kick his ass, like seriously, he's from Syria. Like I was about to lose my job that day. I'm telling you. Like it got to the point where I told one of my coworkers, you need to come here, take my position. I'm about to go out in this parking lot and see if that dude. He's like, what's going on? What you doing, Jordan? And stuff like that. He was gone though. You know. I was about to lose my job. Like the hood was coming out for me. Like I was about to lose my job that day and whoop his ass. I don't care. The police would have came and everything, you know. Like you're not gonna come to my job and try me. And I don't even know you, first of all. Like, you know, like I was about to lose my Woo! The Project Jordan was about to come out. Like I was about to lose my job that day. He lucky he was not there, because I would have had a whole scene and everything. Like I haven't been in a fight in a long time, but I was gonna get in a fight that day. Yeah, I heard something wrong with him. And then T.I., I hate T.I. T.I. made a whole post about it. T.I. is full of shit. I hate T.I. Yeah, I heard he's trying to change. I don't know if he's Muslim or claims to be Muslim, but I remember when he was on Wendy, he didn't want to go on. He was like, I didn't want to come on your show because of the stuff you say about me. But like, yeah, I just don't like people in my culture. I don't. I don't like family. I don't like just people in general in my culture. I got a big family. I don't fuck with nobody. The only person I talk to or try to sustain a relationship with, but we fight still, is my mother. That's it. That's the only literally person I talk to in my life is my mom. But we fight. Like we don't get along, but she's still my mom, you know what I mean? So, but like, we spent time together today and we spent time together yesterday, but literally other than that, I really don't, you know. Although she tried me a lot of times and did some things that's wrong, but still, like people make mistakes and stuff like that. It's still your mom. But other than that, like, nope, I don't talk to nobody else. Like my people got a whole house in Jordan, like in the country Jordan, and I haven't been in that bitch since the late '90s. Okay, like shit. I need a fork. I'm eating this like I'm an Arab. You know, Arabs they eat with their hands, like back home and overseas. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna talk about. Everybody keeps asking me that. They kept asking me about it yesterday. I'm gonna make a video on that. Like, I'm one of them people where I don't hide things. I don't like to hide things and stuff like that. And it's fair game because I talk about people, and I chose to do what I'm doing. I talk about people like in celebrities, so like it's fair game. I'll tell you this though, like I played by the book. I didn't date growing up. Um, and so literally now, like trying to even think about it, going through it is I have the essence of a 16-year-old dude trying to date because I didn't do that at all growing up. Um, so like it's hard out here, especially with social media and everything. Like I'm old school. I don't do the whole I know this thing right here is social media, but um like people don't know how to communicate and stuff. That's why it's better to meet somebody in person. Even in person, people don't know how to communicate, but I mean, it beats the odds a little bit for communication when you meet somebody in person versus trying to do like some app bullshit that millennials like mainstream media are trying to make you do. Because like people don't even be active on the apps, right? They don't even reply or nothing. Oh, yeah, I just forgot his name, but yeah, I know everybody keep asking me about my sexuality and stuff like that. Like I ain't hiding shit. I'm not Charlemagne the God. I'm not Tyrese. I'm not like I'm gonna tell y'all stuff. But I'm single. So ain't nothing going on. So I don't have a Cash App. People keep asking me that. No, Patreon. Send me those C's on Patreon. Miss Banks, is your husband Nigerian? Because I know your parents ain't playing that. He had to be Nigerian, right? Oh wow. Yeah, to me, I don't care for acceptance because I was literally, and I talked about this on my channel before. Um, I was like, I guess you can say disowned. So like it's like it doesn't really matter to me whether I get acceptance or not with how I live my life. So because I basically like, first of all, if my family was on reality TV, we would be number one. We would beat the Kardashians, okay? Like I didn't grow up in a perfect Muslim family. Like I grew up in a trash, like something that you would see in TV, Muslim family, okay? That literally try to be kept secret for a long time, and then just a whole explosion just popped off not too long ago. I need to write a book or have a movie or something like that, you know. So, oh really? Thank Tori, but you already donated $10. Like you don't gotta do all of that. I appreciate it. Oh, he's not Nigerian? Is he black? What is he? Mr. C donated $3.99. He said I'm begging, and then he gave me a $3.99 super chat. I don't even know how super chats work. I know YouTube takes like 30%. I don't get the full money. Just letting y'all know. Like, so that's why I'm trying to do Patreon. I don't want everything to be on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, if I ever, well, I'm not gonna say if, like, I really want to be on the same level. Like, I would like to have, like, I love media, like, I love TV, I love music. Like, that's been my friends. Like, I don't have like real friends. So growing up, that's just been my. I would like to like. I don't know. I just like television. Like, I would actually like to be on the level of a Wendy or of an Oprah or something like that, you know. But the thing that that keeps thinking, that keeps going subconsciously behind my mind is the fact that I'm Palestinian, and what I say is not TV friendly. So sometimes I feel like that's not going to happen, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, well, I mean, like my parents as well, but I mean, it's like I mean, so like for example, prom or having a date for prom or something like that was not acceptable. But let's say if I say I had a girlfriend now or something like that, or if I'm in a relationship or whatever, it wouldn't be like a big deal anymore as it would have been when I was a kid. Now, if you were a female, everything is a big deal from birth to to before you actually get married. So there's a lot of pressure on females and males. Um, but like I think the fact is, like, since I grew up in a family that wasn't like pitch perfect, like the Muslim pitch perfect family, whatever, I think like I have more of a leeway towards like how I want to live my life. And plus, like I'm on my own. Like I don't answer to nobody. I pay my own rent. Why am I living for my life or should live my life based on people's religious beliefs or whatever? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So I'm still working on me, man. I still even haven't found, I still feel like I haven't moved consciously from where I was at 4 years ago. Like I still feel like I'm still in the same place. I know I got a roof over my head, so technically I'm not in the same place, but I feel like my energy is still there to where I was 4 years ago, you know, and that's not good. Yeah, my whatever, I don't care. Yeah, arranged marriages. My parents, you know, it's normal. It's like normal for in the culture to have an arranged marriage. To me, that's like for someone learning how to ride a bike. That's very. I don't agree with it personally, but um, it's normal. That's why when I was watching what's that show called? I didn't even know my people was on that show, but I mean, it's clearly that the title and the content of the show is going to be aimed towards Middle Easterns. 90 Day Fiance. I was like, I was scared for that white girl. I was like, this girl trying to marry somebody from Syria. Then again, he lied to her on the app saying that he's from America and he's American. And then like I was like, but they still married 3 years, 2.5 years later. They're I still out on their Instagram page. They still together. So like, um, I think your family incorporated. I disagree. I no, they haven't. Nope. Not for the most part. Nope. For I had a high school friend from Jordan. If she dated a black guy, we had to hide her, but her father found out and took her back to Jordan. Yeah, I have. I want to give away too much because this is part of a story that I'm gonna leak out. So I may not even say it, but yeah, there's people who, you know, who go outside of their culture or whatever, and then they get disowned once it does happen. Um, But yeah, a lot of them they're scared that like if they come here to study, that they don't want them to stay here. They want them to go back home, whatever, because they'll become too Americanized or too Westernized and stuff. But in reality, overseas is just as bad as it's here. They got clubs, they got people that drink beer, alcohol, parties. The women's they dress like sluts as well over there, whatever. Well, I guess I can't say that because nowadays everybody's PC. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like women's like they dress like very provocatively and whatever. Like, so it's all the same stuff. I tell people this: you have to trust that you raised your kids the right way, and so like you got to let them fly, and then like you just got to trust you gave them this like um the morals and values, and you instill like skills in them to say, hey, this what's right, what's from wrong, stuff like that. So you got to trust that. So if you don't trust that, then you didn't do a good job as a parent. I'm not a parent, but I know that for sure. Like you got to trust that you raised your kids right for them not to like spiral or whatever. But so like I mean, where you still she dated a black guy? Is she probably married? She probably got her own kids. They're probably grown now. You said 95? Well, kids probably 18, 19 years old now. Oh yeah. I had a white woman told me she dated a Palestinian guy, and he was like the best guy she dated, like literally. But the Palestinian's mom didn't like it, so they ended up breaking up. And he married and has kids, and now she told me um he recently contacted her and said that he regrets it. So that's why I don't give a damn. This is my life. Um, it's kind of like majoring in college. A lot of parents they instill you to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, whatever, and you go to school, you do that. Now you're in debt because of that, and you don't like it, and then you end up quitting. So, like, fuck the Bible, fuck culture, religious books and stuff like that, fake shit. Like, I don't believe in that stuff. Like, um, we don't celebrate Easter, but you know, today's a normal day for me. I don't even know what's the importance behind Easter because in my culture we don't celebrate it. But man, I'm so mad. I left some chocolate. They gave me some chocolates from Olive Garden. I told the dude give me some more. He gave me a whole cup of them. They in my car. I'm so mad right now. But hey, Bluefish. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like religion makes you so close-minded. But a lot, almost 2 hours. I don't do religion. Oh, you still here, Brandy? I don't do religion either. Like in my culture, it's called a kafir, which basically means you're against the religion and you're like an outsider. Call me that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like I'm a kafir every day, then. Fuck. What you sorry about? Um. Isn't pagan kind of like an atheist? I know there's different things out there, kind of like different things for genders and stuff like that, the new words and stuff. But damn, has my thing not been charging? Um, how much battery I have? I only have a low battery. Um, why I have the Jasmine brand on my screen? The hell? Oh, this is like an old video that I had. There ain't no good in it, but maybe like having a social life. That's why I feel like I'm an outsider and I don't have no friends. because I don't want to be friends with people that aren't pro how people want to live their lives, aren't pro like I don't know dating outside your culture, aren't pro I don't know just being happy, LGBT, whatever. I don't know, like. Dude, I remember I was working at a Burger King, right? This was like in 2007. And, it was worse with LGBT now, like compared to, I mean, well, it was worse back then. Like, that was what, 14 years ago? Dog. So they had this white couple coming, right? And they had this dude, I guess that was a son to the white couple. And, they had a guy, so they had two guys, there were a couple, and then they had the mom and dad come in too, one of the sons, and one of the sons had a boyfriend with him. And like literally they come up. I was working front counter as a cashier. They made out. The two dudes made out. That made me so uncomfortable. Like literally, like I mean, I'm not saying that to be homophobic, but they like it was 2007, okay? Like you gotta think this was 14 like years ago, right? I mean, like props to the parents for having like for accepting your son for who he is, but this was a time where I think it was illegal to get married, right? Until yeah, it was illegal to get married and stuff. Like so, there was really no laws like how it is now for gay people and stuff. But yeah, they made out in front of me, you know. So I was caught off guard. It kind of like I was like, okay, like to even have the confidence to do that, a lot of people don't even do that now. But I was like so uncomfortable, like um. No, it doesn't. But that time was different. It was 14 years ago. So I don't know. I just thought I was like, okay, like I'm not used to seeing that. Like, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of y'all aren't either. Because when do you usually see two gay people hold hands or make out in public? In a random place. It's not normal. It's not seen as normal compared to like a straight couple, right? Like just be real. So yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, I wasn't disgusted by it, but I just was like, I didn't expect it. Like, I was kind of, I don't want to say weirded out, but like, y'all doing too much. I'm trying to take their order. Y'all doing too much. For what? Well, that's in the French Quarter. I'm talking about, where are you from, AO? You didn't even say that. Are you, what state? French Quarter, I mean, even that is kind of uncommon too. But I mean, I really don't go. I don't go out. I don't drink, so I don't lurker around and stuff. But so you stay in New Orleans? You live in New Orleans? Ayo. So let me have a low battery. I don't want my phone to cut off on y'all. I mean, I say do what you want, but I don't know. I just was like, damn, I don't want my water to spill on me. Oh Jesus. Well, Laplace ain't that far. To me, I see Laplace as the country. See, y'all, ever since I showed my face on camera, I don't know if I'm paranoid or whatever, but I feel like some of y'all be recognizing me in public, but y'all scared to come and say hello. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers for that, but I did get recognized 4 years ago from my video that was over 400,000 views. And I know for sure there's a possibility that one of y'all probably recognize me in public. But yeah, if y'all see me in public, say hello. I went to the Don't stalk me now. But I went to the Quarter last Sunday just to go. I was gonna go today because it's free parking. I don't like paying for parking. I don't know because Muslims don't support. No, they don't support. They don't celebrate Easter. That's why we don't celebrate Christmas. You always dipping out early. Yeah, I gotta wake up. I need to dip out, but I don't mind staying on longer. I don't know. I mean, So you went to the quarter today? It probably was packed. Ugh. But yeah, I don't celebrate Easter or nothing. Like people just support anything when it comes to a party because people like to party. They don't give a damn for Cinco de Mayo. They could hate Mexicans, but still celebrate Cinco de Mayo. They could be atheists, but anything that's a celebration and a reason to drink. Oh, okay, you one of those? No, Lord COVID. um, but yeah, so tomorrow on The View, I know she gonna say some off the wall stuff. I know she gonna find something to say to make her a victim. So I know something's gonna come out. So if I gotta go to the mall or whatever, go to a library, a coffee shop to get that video out. I should be doing that in general because I used to do that. So I kind of feel like I'm letting y'all down, and letting myself down, most importantly. Um, yeah, Miss Toria, that's not healthy. I'm the same way. Like I'm not a morning person. Like literally, I can wake up and have full rest, not be tired at 7 in the morning. But if it's like 7 in the morning, I'm going back to sleep. Um, no, I didn't write that she's fired. Um, so yeah, thumbs up this video, thumbs it up, share it. Patreon.com/JOA. AO, why you not on Patreon? Whew. So who? Oh, your bag, Miss Bank? Yes, it's coming tomorrow. Old girl took a break after for Easter and stuff like that, and because people telling her she need to be canceled, but she'll be back on The View tomorrow. I can't stand her. Oh my god, I hate her. I don't. Oh, you're on Patreon? I'm bad. My bad, baby. My bad. I didn't get the notification because I'm on using my phone and I don't have. Let me see if I got it here. Oh, thank you, Brandy. I see it right here. Um, are you on Patreon, AO? I know I haven't posted anything there yet, but I'm going to. Her hairstylist is actually a black. I think she's biracial, but she's a black woman. Her hairstylist. I know there was a picture on Twitter of a black dude. Was it for Meghan McCain or something? I'm not sure, but her hairstylist is a black girl. Yeah, so she been trying to rock the Sunny Holston hair. She be jealous, you know. Boy, you better sign up. Don't play it with me, especially you in Louisiana. Sign up now. I need interest now since you took so long. So it's gonna be $15. Uh, can you tell me why? Well, a lot of people they don't talk about, especially I know Muslims, because that's gonna hurt your bag. That's gonna hurt your money. Being Muslim is a stigma. If somebody has ties to or is pro Louis Farrakhan or like the guy that did something. I don't keep track of these serial people that shoot a lot of people, whatever. But anything that has to do with Muslim, or if you follow a Muslim group or whatever, they're gonna label you as a terrorist. That's just true. So, um. But it's the same as well with Christians. It's like it's not really talked a lot, and a lot of people they're happy when somebody say they're a Christian on TV. But I feel like that's talked enough to say about religion. When they had like Candace Cameron Bure, like she didn't make it. She made it noticeable that she's a Christian and a woman of faith, and Sherry Shepherd as well. So I mean, but I never hear about Muslims or whatever because You ain't gonna get a job saying you're a Muslim on television, right? Um, that's another thing I was talking to the waiter about. Like we was just talking about a whole bunch of shit. So, but because it ruined your bag, that's why. But yeah, but y'all, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Come on, what's his name? AO. I ain't see you sign up for Patreon. Come on now. Don't play with me. Yeah, like I'm good waiter checking on you and stuff like that. I'm not used to that. Like, it's not a lot out there, Like I had one girl, I went to this Mexican restaurant literally, and I needed a menu. She didn't even give me a menu, dog. I was looking at my phone as my menu, right? And she obviously knew that. And then my food was $20, y'all. When I got that plate, it was only like a cheese taco, a hard taco, an enchilada. And mind you, the enchilada was small. Taco Bell, where I used to work at, gives you a bigger enchilada than what they gave me. Like that shit was skinny as hell. No thickness, no depth to it at all. I finished that shit in like 5 minutes. I walked up to the front counter, didn't even ask for my waiter to get my check, and I paid up front. And I simply said, she's a bad waitress to the manager. And she came up, she was like, what? All right, Bluefish. So she ain't get no tip that day. And me, I normally don't do that. Like, I don't think I ever left a restaurant that requires a tip. Well, no, I'm gonna say the require that usually you're supposed to tip. I've never left a restaurant without tipping, right? Like I'm a dog. I even posted that on my community page. I was like, this waiter sucks. Should I leave? That's even before I got my food. Like. So I was gonna give her $5, but I went to the mall and got me a shake for $5. They used the tip. But yeah, so I went to Olive Garden today. I gave that man a $30 tip because he was such a good waiter. Like, my order was like $30. It was like 29 something. Well, let me see. Is this my receipt? This is my receipt. My total was $29.45. Yep. I had a fried mozzarella, $6.99, a soft drink, $2.99, a chicken Alfredo, $16.99, and the soup was free. That was a special for today. Well, yesterday now. And it was $29.45. See, like, they don't tell you the tip, but they give you, like, gratuity not included. So the black couple that got charged that tip was, like, suspect. It says gratuity not included. I don't know if some place makes you tip but I never, like, I've been in the restaurant industry and I've never heard of such a thing. But the receipt from Olive Garden said gratuity not included. Suggested amounts are provided for your convenience. Suggested gratuity is 20%, which is $5.89. Calculated after tax, 18%, which is $5.30. And before discounts, 15%, $4.42. I gave that man like shit. I gave that man over 100%, right? Because my total was $29.45. So no, well, technically, yeah. So I gave him like a 50% tip, right? Because I gave him double. Like my total, I gave him more than my total actually. So maybe a little bit more than 50. I don't know. I don't know what the math is. I'm too tired, but yeah. Oh, you joined? What you did? $5, Mr. Lee? Come on now. I'm joking. Thank you. Yeah, I had 3 people leave. I don't know if they left, but I don't know if they went on the content, whatever.